Gang, let me talk to you one time. Let me tell you something. Saturday night in Miami, it's a cold and windy night. I'm about to leave the house. I'm about to go out with my friends, but I said, no, let me stop. Let me get something off my chest. Let me talk to you real quick. Let me talk to you one time. Take your hand off the stove. Take your hand off of the stove. Do you remember being a little kid and you're in the kitchen and your grandma's cooking? She's cooking red beans and rice. She's got some red beans in the stove, on the stove, in a pot on the stove. And you're a little kid, you're like this, and you're up there and you want to put your hand on the stove. And your grandma says, no, don't touch the stove. It's hot. It's going to burn you. And you don't understand what that means. You just know you want to explore. You want to persist. You want to experience life. You want to throw your hand up to the highest possible place that your little hand can reach. You want to reach new depths, new heights, etc. And your grandma, your dad, your uncle, your brother, your cousin says, no, don't touch the stove. It's hot. What does that mean? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? A lot of us are doing things that harm us. A lot of us are pushing our limits too far and we're hurting ourselves in the process. A lot of us are taking it to the max and we just need to chill, maybe we just need to chill a little bit. Now, obviously the stove, this is just a metaphor. Okay, what I really mean is some of us are doing things that we think are good for us. All of us do this. All of us have this in common, but all of us want to push our hands to the extent. All of us want to take life for all it has to offer. Most of us have insatiable appetites of desire. Most of us think, once I get this thing, I'll be happy. If I could only just get it, if I could only just manage it, if I could acquire it, I need it this way, and then I'll be happy. But that very behavior is the thing that is harming us. It's perfectly safe in the kitchen, on the floor, with the toys that we have in front of us. We don't need to slap our hand up on the stove. What would happen if we just, chilled out where we were? We made a little play castle on the kitchen floor instead of burning ourselves on something that's not gonna serve us. For me, let me get to really what I'm talking about here is, you can be doing everything that you can in your life to excel, to achieve, to be a good person, to save your money, make investments. But if you have a leak, you could fill up the car with gas, just pour gas into this gas tank. But if you have a leak in your tank, it doesn't matter what you pour in, you're gonna lose it, okay? So rather than, don't stop filling the tank. You should always continue to fill the tank. You should invest in yourself. You should work to improve yourself, but pay attention to the behaviors in your life that are causing you harm, that are stalling you, that are preventing you really from going to where you want to go. That's something that most people don't want to look at. Most people want to say, let me get the better job, let me develop a new skill, let me get a girlfriend. Most people don't want to give up the pornography, the bad food, the drugs and alcohol, the relationship that's not serving them. Okay? Most people don't want to give up their resentments. Most people want to be right, and they want to say, they want to be vindicated in their anger against their family members, against their boss. Most people don't want to come clean and say, hey, look, this is how I feel. Let's stop the bleeding. Let's mend the fence and let's move on. But what would happen if you did that? What would happen if you took your hand off the stove and you stopped hurting yourself and you decided to move forward in your life? Would you have more energy for the things in front of you? Would you be able to cultivate what's important to you? Would you have a better relationship with your family, better relationship with your boss, a better relationship with yourself and your purpose? Or do you just need to burn yourself so badly? Look, we all go through this cycle. Lord knows, hands are scarred up with burn marks, from all my days of trying to reach the stovetop, all my days of filling the gas tank and not checking for leaks. This is just a little bit of perspective. I think it's something that a lot of us, choose to overlook in our lives. We think when I move, if I get the new job, the next job, start the business, that's the growth that I want. You can improve yourself so much more by stopping the hemorrhaging that you have in your life. Your addictions, your bad money habits, the bad diet, being overweight. These are problems that if we're honest with ourselves about, we know we're not happy with them. We know we want to change them. And all of the achievement that you try to facilitate, it's not going to stop the bleeding. It's only going to be more of a distraction. You may not need to go as far as you think you need to go in order to be happy. You may only need to take your hand off the stove. You may only need to, stop leveraging yourself with your bad behavior, with your bad habits, okay? A lot of us consume, next video, next dollar, and we're not really taking a stock for where we're at in our lives. And, we've all heard, if you want to have more money, you can make more or spend less. Right now, what I'm talking about is spending less. It is a underexplored habit and character trait in this modern age that preaches consumption, consumerism. Do more, be more, achieve it all. The world is yours. Okay, how about tend to your garden? How about stop hurting yourself? Be a good friend, be a good brother, clear up your resentments, make the phone call you don't want to make, clear the channels. The root of all of a man's troubles or a woman's troubles are his inability to sit with himself. Don't know who said that. It's a quote. Root of all of a man's troubles is his inability to sit with himself. I want to say it's Mark Twain. Look it up. Let me know. Sit with yourself. Take your hand off the stove. That's it.